Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The 1930s were a very difficult time to be alive. The Great Depression weighed heavily on everyone. Prohibition made it difficult to drown your sorrows. Poverty and crime were everywhere. A difficult time indeed. Our scenario is entitled Dead Border, and it was written by Todd Gardner and Mike Mason, with some slight alterations made by me. I'm your GM. We have run this one shot before, and this is version number 4. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. It's the summer of 1931, June 20th to be exact. It's not too hot, but the humidity is high, which makes it oppressive. It's also the Depression, and it's hit the residents of Providence, Rhode Island pretty hard. You live in Ma Shank's boarding house on the edge of Federal Hill, just outside Little Italy. Ma Shanks used to be a lot more active in the business, but due to her advanced age, a few years ago, she hired Mary Paulson to manage the building as its landlord. It's about 11 a.m., and a number of tenants, including you, have gathered together to speak to the landlord concerning one of the tenants, Mr. James Gardner, who lives on the 3rd floor. Mr. Gardner has been a resident for a little over 2 years, and though he is not very interactive and he likes his privacy, you have become concerned that he hasn't been seen for a few days, nor has he answered his door. And so you have pestered the landlady to the point that she is just about ready to give in to your demands. Look, I understand your concerns, but I can't let you invade another tenant's room. He may simply be away on vacation.
Miss Paulson, listen. We haven't seen him for a couple of days, and you know that's kind of weird. So, we should knock on the door, he's right over here. We could just be like, dunk, 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 and he's not answering, I'm worried about the guy.
All right, fine. So I get my keys. And we walk down the hallway and down the stairs to level 3, and I go up to his door. Mr. Gardner, are you in there? Mr. Gardner?
Say, look, isn't that weird? That's not like him. That's not like him, is it?
He could have a stroke, maybe.
It's certainly not like Mr. Gardner.
No. All right, fine. But, just, Mr. Gardner, we're coming in. Make sure you're decent. And with that, she opens the door. Oh, dear God.
Oh, my God.
Jesus, Gardner.
He doesn't look too well.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Jesus. Tommy.
James?
Tommy, come here.
What?
Tommy. I need you to run down to the police station and tell them there's been an accident. Bring back somebody with you, a couple of them. Tell them there's been a terrible accident. Yes, you go. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ! I kind of just slightly step in. I'm like, I don't want to really touch him. You think he's alive?
Alive? What do you mean alive? How can he be alive? Looking, Jesus Christ! Look at the poor man.
Oh. Stand aside, kids. Kyle, you don't want to look at this. You go away. Give me some water. I'm gonna wash my hands and take a look at him. And I'm gonna my first aid.
All right.
While he does that, I'm gonna mouse around the right-hand side of the room.
I want to mosey over to the bookshelf without looking really obvious about it.
All right. Well, what you're seeing, of course, is Mr. Gardner lying on the floor.
On a tarp.
On a tarp, covered in blood. There's an odd smell in the room. I mean, there's obviously the coppery smell of blood, but there's also kind of a floral sort of incensey smell as well. The bookcase is a very ornate bookcase. Looks like it's kind of out of place in the room. It's very ornate, has little angels, carved in wood, and looks like an antique of some sort. There are a number of books on it, but we'll get to that in a moment. Who is going to the bookshelf? Leo. Okay, Leo, you're heading there. Kyle.
Real quick, I failed my power roll, and I need to run out and vomit, so I'm going to run back out the door, down the stairs to the nearest window, throw it open, and just hurl out the window loudly. Everybody's going to hear exactly
You
what's
can actually
happening.
all do a sanity roll as well.
Oh, okay, yes.
All right. That's what I'm waiting for.
56.
Ooh, I think I failed that too. I
failed.
did. I failed it.
Failure.
Just do, if you failed it, do 2 points of sanity damage. If you made it, just 1.
All
I'm
right.
good. This doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, Gunter, what do you want to do?
I want to take a look at the body and use a first aid. I doubt he's alive, but try to see if he is, he can be helped, and if not, what happened to him.
All right, that's what you're going to do. Kyle, what are you going to do?
I forget you've been called Kyle. Like I said, I failed my sanity check. I failed my willpower.
You
I
ran out and threw up.
Yeah, I ran out and threw up. So I'm
So next round you'll come back.
You're looking for some gum.
Tony, what are you up to?
I'm gonna look to see what that little paper is beside him near the window.
All right, and Braun.
I'm going to make sure his desk, the little table, is okay.
Okay.
Make
All right.
sure it all is in good order there.
All right. So let's do Kyle.
Okay.
You were going. I'm sorry. I mean, I just immediately lost track of who's doing what. Kyle, what do you said you were going to do? You're going to.
I failed my sanity, and I failed.
Oh, that's
my
right.
power.
You're on your way
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So
on
you
my way
get back to the door just as everybody's moving to where they want to go. Tony, you said you were going to look at the paper on the floor.
Yeah.
All right.
What the hell is this?
As you move around the tarp, you see a small piece of paper and 2 little black candles on either side of it that have burnt right down to nubs.
Okay.
And what you see is this a rather strange piece of paper with something written on it.
What the hell you guys think this is? Ugh. I can't even read this. Is this Latin? I don't know.
I think my character will understand what that is. Possibly.
Do you?
Yeah, I kind of. Whoever's closest to me, I'm like, what do you think? What do you make of this? Who's closest to me?
As a player, I think it looks like ancient Greek, but of course, my character hasn't seen that yet.
Okay, yeah, you're not quite there yet. All right.
Yeah.
Gunter, you go and you're looking at the body. When you approach it, you realize immediately that Mr. Gardner has probably been dead for a couple of days because most of the blood around him is dried or mostly dried. There is, of course, blood splattered all over the place. It also becomes immediately apparent that Mr. Gardner has slashes on his face. And do a spot hidden roll.
Regular success.
Yeah, his neck has been cut.
Like, damn, Doc, looks like he had a fight with a lawnmower.
Not a lawnmower. Part of one.
He certainly lost. Jesus.
Do you want to do anything more to the body?
Take a look through it. See if he has anything on him in his pockets.
Right.
Or anything on him.
All right. Do a spot hidden roll for me again.
I missed by 11, although I'm tempted to luck it if you use luck spends.
You can do that if you want.
How much luck do I have? Yeah, I'll spend 11 luck. I was close.
All right. He does have a wallet. Which identifies him as Mr. Gardner. Inside of his wallet, he has $5.
Whoa.
And in the process, you notice, you don't notice it at first, but as you're looking for the wallet, you kind of, pull open his jacket a little bit, that there's something on his skin under his shirt.
A necklace?
No, it's like there's something wrong with his skin when you look.
Take a better look at it.
You look closer at it, and you realize that he has scars on his skin. Without actually unbuttoning his shirt, which would reveal more, it looks like he's got a lot of old scars from the neck down.
Poor Mr. Gardner.
So while he's looking him over, I'm kind of gonna back my way over to the desk and just kind of rummage around over there.
With the desk.
That's where I am.
Right lower hand corner.
Okay. Well, let's see.
The table or whatever.
That's where I went.
The table is where Braun went.
Ah, okay.
Right. Braun.
Making sure it's safe.
Sure.
Checking for traps.
On the table, you find a very nice fedora, which is sitting at one end, and you find a stack of unopened envelopes.
Interesting.
What do?
Okay, let's take a look at the envelopes.
All right.
Anything looks valuable? I mean, interesting?
Well, there's quite a stack. Do a spot hidden as you go through them. 23. Let's see. My spot hidden. Oh, that makes it. Oh, that's a hard. First one that you find it looks like it's from Mr. Gardner's bank manager in Scotland. Oh, fancy. Do you read it or do you just put it back? I'll take a gander quickly. I don't want to take too long, though. I'm looking for things that need to be kept safe. Well, what the letter says when you open it is that Mr. Gardner, it's from his bank manager, actually, in Scotland, and that if he continues the way he has been, in about 6 months, he's going to run out of money completely. Oh, my. The second thing you find is a letter, and I'm going to chat you a message. Interesting. Meanwhile, talk amongst yourselves. Oh, yeah.
This is crazy. I can't believe. Did he do it to himself? Did he hurt himself?
I don't know. That looks like
a knife.
Those are some deep gashes on his face, man. I don't think that's the case.
Wow.
Definitely not an accident. But...
I mean, who puts a tarp down, huh? Who puts a tarp?
That's mighty convenient.
I want to check the window and the doors. If they're locked, who came in here to do this?
The door was locked.
And how about that window there? And we're up on the, third floor?
A locked room mystery.
Someone came up here?
Tom, can you confirm that that's a hat on the table?
Yes.
I kind of just grabbed the hat and just like, hey, I always like this hat. You think you'll mind?
Here you go.
That's someone's property.
You really shouldn't take the man's hat. I mean,
I don't mean to be disrespectful. I mean, it's not like he is for it anymore.
Then don't be disrespectful. The man's dead, and you're rooting through his things. I mean, taking his hat is low blow, man. I mean, what else?
Relax. I'm Josh.
All right.
Brown, but I will wear while we're in here.
You were asking some questions about his body. When you look closer at the wounds, even without moving the body, it looks like the cut on his face was made rather hastily, and it starts at the top of his head, and it spirals around his head a couple of times, coming to the neck and slicing through his neck.
Was it a clean, real quick, Tom, was that like a fairly circular, can we sort of tell that it wasn't like, does that make sense? Like a clean?
It's rough, almost like it wasn't, performed very carefully.
Okay. Because it's hard to do what you just did, I think. So I was trying to decide if this was a self-inflicted or someone
I kind of lean over Schmidt, and I'm just like, so Schmidt, you think we should move him, see if there's anything on his side?
No.
Well, we're already taking a look at him. Let's see what we can see here first.
All right,
and see if we can figure out what happened here. Because if there's some criminal coming in here and killing, rightful residents, we should be concerned.
I mean,
Hey, Tom.
Does this look like a criminal to you? Does he have money in his wallet?
$5.
Just $5.
Let me
a lot of money.
Let me see that. There might be evidence on it.
He's dressed as you saw him most of the time in a rather bland suit. It's now, of course, blood soaked.
Right.
Shot a message to the keeper.
As I'm walking past the body to get to the bookshelf, can I do an occult roll on what I'm seeing, on the body and around it?
Sure.
Okay. That is
So there was a paper, and are there two?
a success.
Oh,
Regular
sorry.
success.
Those are candles on the floor, Schmidt.
Okay, thanks.
Leo, it definitely has the look of ritual of some sort.
But as I suspected.
You mentioned that he did this on a tarp. He was definitely trying not to get blood on his beautiful oriental carpet. The carpet itself looks like it's probably the most valuable thing in the room.
Mm.
Is it the kind of thing that would be normally in these rooms?
No. It would definitely be the kind of thing that was handed down to him, or that he
So
had.
it's out of place,
Right.
compared to the rest.
So is the bookcase. The bookshelf itself is a very fancy, ornate thing.
I definitely want to check that out.
I would take a step on the other side of the bookshelf and just look at the nightstand. It appears there's a small book there of some kind.
It's like, what do you think he was up to? I mean, he's got this paper, these candles. I feel like all he's missing is a knife, and he got some voodoo wackadoo going on.
That doesn't make any sense.
Did you guys decide whether you were going to move the body or not?
Yes, me and Schmidt were going to do that.
All right.
There's a letter here on the table. It's saying something about his financial situation wasn't looking very good from Scotland. Take a look.
He got some nice digs for someone who, some stuff in here. I'm kind of looking at the rug and the thing.
When you move Mr. Gardner,
Keep him on the tarp.
there's something sort of lying underneath his shoulder. It's a knife.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's a very unusual knife in that it has a blade that is made from some sort of glassy black stone.
I can tell what it is, right? Is there like an appraise?
Geology.
Yeah, you can tell that it's. You can do an appraise roll.
Appraise. 47, regular success.
Yeah, it's an ornate, looks rather old, made of obsidian. It's probably worth $75. I mean, it looks like an old antique of some sort.
Look at this.
From the position of the where that you find the knife and the way his body is, it sort of becomes obvious that he was kneeling, facing the piece of paper and the candles, and that he did this to himself. You guys are moving around his body a lot. Do a spot hidden.
Spot hidden.
No.
20, success. Hard success, actually.
Okay. As you're moving around his body and move, especially when you move it, the sleeve of one of his arms gets sort of rocked up in the process. And when you look down, he has scarification all over his wrist and arm.
And it was on his arm, right? So
Yeah.
I'll bend up the sleeve a little if I can see a little bit higher.
There are carved into his arm little spirals. Some of them look big. I mean, some of them look newer. Some of them look very old.
Oh, this looks like some stuff he's been doing for a while, guys.
He's been cutting himself for a while. There's old scars on him. And this spiral, it looks like kind of a spiral, which is sort of like the spiral of the words on the letter. So is there anyone who can read that?
Yeah, can I see that letter? Look at that.
The bloodstained letter?
You do a Greek
tell me
roll.
what language it's in.
Let's see. That is a regular success. Actually,
Okay.
I'll spend 3 luck and make it a hard success. Do I need to do that?
You don't need
Is that okay?
All right.
Yeah.
So you look at it and you realize that it's Greek, and you then interpret it thusly. Would you read that out loud?
Okay. I call upon the one who is Yog Sothoth to hear my prayer. He is the gate and the key and the guardian of forever. This vessel has been prepared for you. Empty the man and fill this body. Transport my consciousness. Prepare the way to dreams. Yog Sothoth, open the gate.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Gardner?
Definitely performing a ritual.
Gardner ever seemed to type for that stuff? I don't think so. Jesus.
Well, he did have some interest in dreams. I know that. I didn't know that he was looking into this specifically. Actually, I didn't even know he was performing rituals, but yeah.
He was. I heard him at night chanting. I guess it was in Greek. I thought he was doing poems. But yeah, I think it was. He'd be doing that late at night.
Oh, someone who's into that kind of stuff has got to have something. I'm going to walk over to the bookshelf and kind of like see if I see anything that kind of looks out of place. Or
I've been trying to check that for a while.
What do I see on that nightstand?
All right. Do a spot hidden for me as you go towards the nightstand.
Ooh, 19. Let me have a quick look at my character sheet. Just bear with me. That is a hard success.
All right. You can see that there is a book on the nightstand, but with your spot hidden, as you're walking in that direction, you look at his bed and you realize that he has been sleeping on top of the covers, that he hasn't been sleeping in the bed. You can see his indentation on the covers in the pillow,
Right.
but the bed is made.
Is there anything unusual about the covers? Do I see any, listening to the conversation? There's no dried blood or anything like that might be there from earlier?
Nothing like that
Okay.
over there. Though you might notice in the corners of the bed itself, there's probably dust, which leads you to believe even more that he doesn't seem to climb into the bed.
He just rolls on top of it.
Yeah. The book on the nightstand, when you pick it up, hold on. The book on the nightstand is entitled The Dreamer's Dictionary.
Well, that's interesting. I will peruse said book. Give it a look.
It seems just like there's no pictures. There's just
right.
Lots of stuff. It seems to be treatise on the interpretation and dream states and things like that.
So philosophical stuff that we may have discussed, things like this
possibly.
in our conversations together. Oh, okay. So it seems like a very metaphorical, perhaps, treatise on
rather
on
esoteric
dreaming.
work, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like it's an old book.
Fascinating.
Did you find a book over there? Because he borrowed a book of mine that I'm actually kind of looking for.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What book might that be?
It's about dreams. Called The Dreamer's Dictionary. Is what I'm looking for, honestly.
Yeah.
He's got a few other books of mine, but I have someone that wants to buy that one. I need to get it back from him.
You seeing any ledgers over there in that bookcase?
I have not checked the bookcase yet, but I would like to.
As they're going through that, I start cracking open the drawers to the desk and looking through them.
Oh, there's no drawers in the. You mean the table?
The table,
I'm gonna.
The table. There's no drawers.
Since everyone's crowded around the bookshelf, I'm gonna go by the wardrobe and see if there's anything in there.
All right. Second. Wait, I also wanted to say to Kyle that there are drawers in the nightstand.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely look in those.
All right. I'm going to send you a quick message.
All right.
You all know how the chat thing works, right?
Yeah.
All right. And Tony, were you by the bookcase already?
Yeah, I was already going by there, but then everyone crowded by it, so I'm just gonna back up and check out the wardrobe.
The books on the bookcase face outward towards the body.
Okay.
So you can look at that without being where they are. They're on the other side.
Then I'll check the bookshelf then.
All right. Let's see, I was going to type something to you. I type these things so that you guys can do something without telling the other people what you're doing. You can type it back to me in private. On the bookshelf, when you're looking, there aren't an awful lot of books. But the books that are there, you see some books on finance and banking. You see some travel books. One is for Greece. One is for India, and there are a couple for Egypt.
Okay.
There are a few occult books that are sitting there. Myths and Legends of Ancient Greece and Rome by E.M. Behrens, and The Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud. If you check that book, it's actually written in German.
Oh, okay.
There is also a very weird-looking statue at one end that's sort of being used to hold up some books. It is a strange blackish green stonework of what vaguely looks like an octopus or some sort of octopus-headed thing sitting on stump or a stoop of some sort.
I get an ugly looking thing. This guy's some weird curios.
I'd like to, two of those books you just listed are ones that belong to me, Mr. Clark, so I'd like to claim those off the bookshelf. The two that you listed that are mine, The Interpretation of Dreams and Myths and Legends of Ancient Greece.
Are you certain they belong to you? Do you have some sort
Well, I
of...
do own a bookshop.
Did he buy those from you, or was he borrowing?
He just borrowed them from me. He's been borrowing books from me for a while now, but since he obviously will not be using them anymore, I'll just take back what is mine.
Will you loan books to the rest of us?
Sure. Just come by the shop and look at what I have.
You're closer than the library.
So, Gunter, what are you doing while all this is going on? You were over by the table.
Was that me?
Yeah, you're Gunter.
I didn't hear you. Sorry. I actually have a very strange question.
Okay.
I want to look at his face. Did he die with a smile on his face?
No.
Okay.
But he's just sort of blank-faced.
Okay. I just had a curiosity. I'm going to check the window just to see if it's locked. I'm assuming it is, but I just want to make sure.
The window is not locked, but it is not open either.
Do I see Gunter going over there?
Yeah.
Oh, be careful, Gunter. Don't get your fingerprints on that. You don't want to be wrapped up in a potential suspect.
I don't think they're going to suspect me. But thank you for your concern, Mr. Skrgala. I appreciate it. Has anyone called the police?
Yeah, Mary.
Did Tommy
Mary
called the police?
There's no phone in the building. So Tommy went to go get the police.
Okay.
Is Mary still here?
Yeah, Mary's here, but she's not talking.
And what time was it, did you say? It was like in the evening?
No, it was 11 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so getting lunchtime.
If from your experience, the neighborhood you're in, the location of the police station, and Tommy's running, you have about 20 minutes before the cops show up.
So I'll start looking through the cabinets along the right-hand side of the wall. I just want to make sure everything's safely secured in place there.
All right. Braun, do a dodge roll.
Dodge roll.
Uh-oh.
04. Boom. That should be good. Dodge. Where's my dodge?
That should give you actually a little bit of a bonus here.
Oh,
the first cabinet you go to and you reach up for and you open, there is a large jar filled with pennies, and you knock it loose and it comes falling, and you manage to catch it in your hand before it hits the ground.
Oh my God.
Because you got a good roll on your dodge.
Some cat-like reflexes right there.
Yeah.
Did you used to play for the Sox?
Oh, back in Lithuania. It's all in the reflexes.
Leo?
Works. It's really good.
This is your book.
Oh, thank you very much. Been looking.
Could I borrow that at some time? At some point?
You'd have to talk to my interested party, but I could possibly find another copy of it.
Yeah.
But you can look at it before I, deliver it to my client for sure.
Sure.
But
I'm going to thumb through it
definitely
just to
get
make
back.
sure there's no papers or anything, bookmarks or anything like that. Anything
I was actually interested in doing that too. So yes, I will look at that with you if you don't mind.
No, I mean, I'm just going to flip through them like this right in front of you.
Does anyone
before I hand
mind
it
if
over.
I looked at the paper with a Greek on it?
Sure.
Oh,
Can I
sure,
take a look
here.
at that?
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Tom, I want to see, is that handwritten? Was the letters handwritten?
Yeah, I typed them in for the graphic because they're all handwritten.
But they're handwritten.
Yeah.
Is there anything that has Mr. Gardner's writing on it that I can compare? I want to know if he wrote that.
Yeah, there's probably some correspondence on the table that does show you that it's the same handwriting.
It's Greek letters and not Greek, but can I determine that he wrote both of?
That's your guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of the letters in Greek are the same, so they look. You can see in his writing that it's the same handwriting.
So we've seen. Gentlemen, are we all gentlemen here? Kyle, Leo, Tony, Braun. Yeah, gentlemen. This Mr. Gardner seems to have taken his own life in some kind of unholy hope to become something, or become something for someone. Was it vessel?
I always thought he was a little kooky in the head.
Did we confirm that his wounds are what killed him?
Yeah.
Yes, he cut his throat.
Yeah, he bled out from a throat cut.
Tom, do I take a roll for that?
For
what I chatted you?
Sorry. There's a lot. You can if you want.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Oops.
Right.
I'm gonna just look out the wardrobe. I wanted to check just pop it open, see if there's anything inside.
All right.
Stuff like.
Tony, do a spot hidden for me.
Spot hidden. 26. I will spend 1 luck to make that a success.
All right. Typing it to you. Other than there are shoes and suits that are hanging up, a few of them. There's quite a few shoes on the bottom of the wardrobe.
I'll open up some of those shoes. See what they got in there.
Oh, you're gonna look in the shoes?
Yeah, I mean in the shoe boxes or whatever is down there.
Oh. Well, since you've removed it from the wardrobe, you all notice that he has a wooden box in his hand, but it's locked.
Mm.
The lid doesn't open.
Huh.
In
That's
the
a shame.
body's hand?
What's that?
The body?
No,
has
in my
box
hand. I
his
pulled it out of the wardrobe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Tony just pulled a box out of the bottom of the
Nice.
wardrobe.
Does it look ornate in any manner, or is it
Not particularly. Looks
okay.
like
looks
the
like a
kind
plain
of
box?
stuff that you might store jewelry or something in.
Right.
Can I check the pockets on the body?
Sure. To check in the pockets. You've already pulled the wallet out. You do find a set of keys.
Ah.
There we go.
I walk over to Leo. I'm like, I hold it in my hand, and I'm like, God, give it a shot.
All right.
I
So
will try to find a key that opens it.
while you are walking over to Leo to do that, Braun, where are you and what are you doing?
I'm looking through the rest of the
Wardrobe
cupboard,
cabinet.
being a little bit more careful so things don't fall out on me.
Okay. Up there, you find dry foodstuffs, linens, towels, cleaning supplies. That's all.
Nothing tucked away, no silverware. I mean, just, make sure it's all there. I want to make sure.
He does own a set of silverware, and a set being a fork, a knife, and a spoon. They're sitting on the table next to a plate.
Okay.
He's got his setting there, if you will.
I thought he was just a little bit wealthier than this.
They don't look particularly expensive. Let's see.
How did he afford living here?
Kyle, did you do me
in chat?
I did. It was a regular success.
all right. I'm going to tell you what you have then. This is kind of the game where we keep typing stuff to each other. I forget which one you are. Okay, there you are. I may have not spelled those correctly. That's quick spelling. All right.
Well. All right. Interesting.
All right. So let's figure out where everyone is standing.
I think I'm standing by the body because I just found the keys.
Leo, you're standing by the body.
And I'm probably right by the bookshelf from leaving the wardrobe, so I'm like
Okay.
right behind him, most likely.
So you're right next to him. We'll say you're standing between the window and the bookshelf,
Okay.
up by Mr. Gardner's head. Braun, where are you standing? Oh, you're overlooking in the
In the cabinets.
Yeah.
Kyle, where are
I'm
you?
wrapping up there.
I would be in the spot exactly to the right of the bookshelf, maybe 1 or 2 steps back by the wardrobe after having come around from the nightstand, tucking those things into my pocket.
So you're between the wardrobe and the bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
And Gunter, where are you?
I am speaking sotto voce next to Braun. So wherever Braun is, one side of him.
Okay,
Over.
Braun's over there. All right. Kyle, do a
Yes.
spot hidden roll.
Right on. And I failed it miserably. Not a critical failure, but just a miserable failure.
All right, that's cool. All right, Tony and Leo, you're over there looking for a key. You find one rather quickly, and you open up the box. You find a sewing kit. You find some grooming items.
Mm-hmm.
You find a shoe shine kit.
Mm-hmm.
And you find $128.
I go, oh, that's where the money he lent me went. I mean, I lent him, sorry.
Sure.
So the two of you see this little wad of cash. Now, I should have said this in the beginning, but just so that you know, your rent is like $15 a month. So, $128.
I kind of hold the wad. I'm like, I'm not gonna take this, but we could all have them off free.
Oh,
The landlord says, I'll take that.
Oh, come on, Miss Paulson.
He says, I'm going to have to pay to clean up this mess.
Whatever.
That's more than enough to clean everything.
That's more than enough, really.
We could all have a nice month. Come on.
Wait, if he has any relatives, or a will or something, this should go to them. This is their stuff.
I should find
Yes. If he has next of kin, we should find his next of kin.
Right.
I'm gonna find a will. I'm gonna start looking around the nightstand and under the bed.
He's my friend. I thought we were all kind of friends. We should treat him like a friend. I don't know. I'm really kind of upset that you're looking at his money and.
I was joking about the money.
I wasn't trying to find his money. I just want my book back. Can I have that book now, Kyle? Are you done with it, by the way?
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Was that, Mr. Clark, was that an expensive book? Was he borrowing expensive books from you? Value of
yes. This one is of some value to certain collectors, but nothing like crazy valuable, I would say.
I have a theory, which if you will permit me to explain to you, couple things that seem interesting is that he seemed to have a relatively good amount of money available to him, and his bank, we're not sure how much he started with, but his bank said that he was running out, and by the furnishings and things here and the fact that he was at Madam Shank's boarding house, what was he spending his money on? It certainly wasn't on fine clothing or silverware or books. He was spending money on something. And I don't get the impression that he was distraught at the loss of his money. He seemed to do this very intentionally for a purpose.
Was he working? Do any of us know that?
I don't think he's working.
No.
Leo,
he would occasionally go out and come back. I'm sorry, what was that, Braun?
Can you identify, Leo? Maybe are some of these books he owns worth a lot? Maybe he was sinking his money into books.
All of the stuff on the
acquire some.
All of the stuff on the shelves is just cheap, store bought. Accounting books and stuff, how to do things.
Is his clothing expensive?
Not particularly. He has a few suits. They're all kind of drab, colorless affairs.
I mean,
was he? How old was he roughly?
He was about 35.
So this is extremely troubling. Someone of this age with some money and no obligations to do something like this?
Well,
he wasn't particularly talkative either. And he never ate with you downstairs. If he ate up here in his own room.
So I helped him get in contact with an estate to buy a book that he really wanted, and I know it's none of the ones that I lent to him. So I think we're missing a book somewhere that might talk about maybe this ritual, because I don't know what that book was. But I know he's been really obsessed, at least a bit, about dreams and things of that nature. So I think we're looking for a book that might be hidden somewhere.
Is there anything under the bed?
I'm already over there looking.
Tony is looking under the bed.
Okay.
You don't see anything under the bed except dust.
Nope, nothing under here.
But as you're crawling around to a spot hidden for me.
Will do.
Tony.
15 success.
Right. So you're crawling around on the floor. Everybody else keep talking.
There's some floorboards here you might have hidden something under.
Well, does anyone talk to Mrs. Madeira? She's across the hall, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she might know more.
She may have heard something.
Yeah.
Do we know?
Yeah, you guys should go talk to her.
And that money, we should make sure all this money stays in the same place for any relatives.
Talk to Miss Paulson on that. She already grabbed it.
I say give it all to her. She can,
right.
Yeah.
That's extra 5.
I mean, we're really interfering with a crime scene. We're interfering with a crime scene.
Yeah, the police will be here soon. Probably, 15 minutes?
Wade, charm, fast talk. Yeah, they should be here soon.
The level of forensics in this period of time.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's right. So maybe we could drag the mat away to see if something underneath where he is.
That's what I was going to do.
We could do
did you
it
get my
gently,
message?
showing him a lot of respect, of course.
Gotcha.
Are there talkative, sociable people besides myself who might want to talk to Miss Madeira?
I'll be happy to talk to Miss Madeira.
Who has a silver tongue?
Well,
Not me.
I am.
I'll be happy to go talk to
Okay.
her. Nice,
Okay.
straight-laced college boy like myself.
Okay.
Everything should be straight in my
And
tie.
I will.
I always wear a tie. Make sure my hair is
You look
down.
Right.
excellent,
presentable.
Kyle. Braun, if you give me a hand here, we might be able to move this tarp and the
Certainly.
carpet afterwards.
No, I don't think that's a good idea, says the landlady. Just leave things where they are.
Oh.
Nobody's stealing his carpet.
We're not stealing anything Ms. Paulson. We're simply looking for additional clues to this tragedy.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to end up getting blood all over everything.
I want to fast talk her into an explanation of why we're doing this.
All right.
No. I want to push it. I'm going to try. I mean, I have a great fast talk, but I want to like explain to her the logic of figuring out what happened here, because if the police figure out that maybe it's the poor conditions of the boarding house, they'll close it.
Oh, questioning.
That's intimidating.
They're gonna fine you for your poor living conditions. No. I don't know what fail is, but
you failed your push.
I did fail a push.
Listen here, Mr. Schmidt. I could have you out on your ear in 5 minutes. I don't care if your wife is dead. I don't care what the situation is. You're going to do what I say in my house. So,
all right.
Shame on you.
All right.
All right.
Not moving it.
No free month of rent for you.
No more bonanzas. All right. So, Kyle, you go across. Are you going alone? Just you, Kyle?
I'm going to go. If anybody wants to come with me, I'm not going to stop anybody, but yeah. I'm just going to go
If
out
I have
right across the hallway.
I'm really charming, so.
I'm staying here.
Yeah, I'll stay here with Clark. Watch over things.
All right.
Maybe you can help me with this rug.
I'm sure Miss Paulson's going to still stay there. I don't think the rug's going to be.
I just want to look underneath the rug.
She's distracted
up the corner.
When she's distracted yelling at me is when you need to move it.
Right. All right, so let's do Kyle. Kyle,
okay.
You walk out the door, cross the hall to Miss Madeira's room. What do you do? Knock on the door.
Knock politely.
Right. You hear some shuffling inside, and the door opens about that much with the chain. And she kind of looks at it. She goes, "What's going on over there?"
Good morning, Miss Madeira. It's Kyle from upstairs.
Yeah, I know who you are, Kyle.
There's been
You don't know what
your neighbor is your neighbor has he's dead.
Oh.
It appears that he committed suicide, and I was just curious, have you heard anything? Did you hear anything maybe a couple nights ago?
Look, I almost never hear anything. That Mr. Gardner is a quiet man, except sometimes at night I can hear him singing his prayers. But
okay. When was the last time you heard him sing?
Oh, a couple of nights ago, maybe.
Like 2-3 nights ago?
Yeah, maybe 2 days ago.
Okay. Was there anything different about the other night, the last time you heard him?
No, not particularly. I didn't. He doesn't ever have anybody up there.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know much.
Did you? So you didn't hear anything or see anything unusual that night?
No, nothing at all. I'm not like that goddamn German fella. I don't snoop and stick my nose in everybody's business.
I know.
Was he over there?
Yeah, he's over there
Dirty
now.
Bastard.
He's over there now. He's fiddling with everything. It'd be really great if you and I could maybe come to a.
Well, has somebody alerted the police?
Yeah, the police are on their way. But anything that you could tell us would be big help. And I don't know if you want to be talking to the police, but I could certainly relay any information that you might be able to have. You might have for them.
Well, all I can tell you is like 2 nights ago, I think I heard him singing.
Right.
But that was like at 10 o'clock at night.
Was that early or late for him?
I don't know. I guess I'm not usually up that late, but for some reason I was up and I could hear him going at it. And the words were kind of strange. Couldn't figure out what language it was. Definitely wasn't English.
Right.
And I was just about ready to go over there and bang on his door and tell him to knock it off when it just stopped.
Okay. So it just stopped like that. Did he drop anything? Did you hear anything like that?
Nothing like that. I didn't hear anything. What, do you think he was killed? You said he committed suicide. How did he commit suicide?
Well, the poor man cut himself and he fell over, and I thought maybe you might have heard that happen.
No, I don't think I had anything like that. Poor guy.
Yeah.
He never did nothing to nobody.
Nah, he was a good man. We used to have good conversations. He was a good fella. I liked him. Did he ever say anything to you? Did you ever have any conversations with him?
No.
No?
No.
He just
Maybe
avoided
high
you?
once.
No. Wow. I mean, you're always
ever since my husband died, I haven't been coming out very much.
I know, it's a shame. It's a shame. You should really get out more. And for you and it's good to get out and get the fresh air and, just go out and see people around town. It might do you a world of good.
Well, you're young. You go out and do all sorts of things. That time has more or less passed for me. So, getting tired of standing here at the door. Do you have any other questions? Because if the police are coming, just tell them not to bother me.
I'll do that. If you can, if you need anything, you just let me know. You need somebody to run to the store, I'll be happy to do that for you. I'll bring something back from town after work.
Well, thank you very much. You're a good boy.
You're welcome.
She closes the door.
All right. Okay. So, weird question, but she seemed like she was being honest with me. Can I just make a psych check just to see if she was dissembling anyway? All right. Not that I think that she necessarily was, and not that I got a good score. Okay, maybe I'll suss something out here. 21 out of 60, so hard success.
She's the same woman she always is.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, she didn't see anything. She heard him chanting the other night, or heard him singing in a language she didn't recognize. She was about to go over and knock on the door and say something to him when it stopped, but she didn't hear him fall over or anything like that. So that's that, I guess.
All right, so while he was doing that, instead of doing their whole move the body idea, which I feel is a little excessive, I just moved that chair that's in the lower right corner and just flip over a corner and see if there's anything immediately underneath it.
Okay, just the floor. You can see that it's maybe a little bit darker underneath the carpet than it is on the other side because the light comes through the window. And
is that enough for you, Clark? I don't think there's much else in here.
I kind of want to see if anything is underneath
by the bookshelf.
I don't know. I think we should just pick up a corner of the tarp and see if there's anything underneath him.
Okay, look. Like remember, Miss Paulson's whole thing, she doesn't want to make a mess more than he needs to. So at the very least, if two people go at the side of the tarp, we can at least pull it closer to the table on the far end. But it has to stay on the rug or else we're going to make a mess. You get what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah.
You can do a luck roll, both of you. Gunter.
Nope, I failed.
Yeah.
All right. You guys start fiddling with it, and Mrs. Paulson's like, knock it off.
All right. Jeez.
All right.
Gunter.
I have a plan.
You have a craft skill. Let's roll that.
Okay. Let me look at it. I know which one you're talking about, but I just have to bring up the skill. Extreme success.
All right.
Or on woodworking.
While they've been chatting, because of your craft, you're the craft you used to practice, you've been looking at that bookshelf. And the more you look at the way that it was constructed and the workmanship, which is really fine, you realize that there's probably a secret compartment on the bottom, because the base of it is about that high off the ground, and there's a lot of ornate woodworking, but you could hide something in that area.
Oh, Mr. Clark, I believe the answer to your question, the missing book, might be here. And I want to like start poking at the bottom of the bookshelf.
All right.
Fine craftsmanship here. Reminiscent of some of the late Italian Renaissance period.
Do a luck roll.
Me or?
Yeah, you're poking at it.
Just made it, even with my luck. Yeah, just got it.
You're running your hand along the wood carving. You're running it up the sides, and you find a place where on the side of like a little angel's, a cherubim's face, there's a little button, and you push the button, and a drawer pops out of the bottom, opens up.
Eureka!
Just a little bit. It just comes loose.
Let's look inside there.
All right.
I'm right over your shoulder. I'm like, let's see.
And this is not yours. Back off. Tell me about your furniture business.
There are
restaurants. Sorry, restaurant business.
I'll do furniture. I do restaurants.
Restaurants.
There are a number of things. There is a rather fat book that, written in English on the cover, is Primer in Greek Vocabulary.
Cool. That is mine too.
And there are 2 accounting ledgers. And
I immediately reach over him. I'm like,
swat this hand away.
Are they yours too?
Hang on.
There is a second obsidian knife identical to the first one. And there is something large and rectangular wrapped in purple silk at one end.
Whoa, Schmidt, what's that in the purple silk?
I put a ledger in your hands and say, what is this? Here, now take the ledger.
Give me the ledger.
And the book to Clark. And did someone know about the knife? Did anyone know anything about doing like an appraise on the knife?
It's obsidian.
Pull
that out, and then I'll pull the knife out. Does anybody make anything of this?
I think I can. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay, so I'll give that to you, and then carefully unwrap the purple wrap thing.
Careful.
So right. Book to Clark, ledgers to Malone, knife to Skirgala.
Yeah.
And I'll take the purple. And sorry, Kyle. Yes, you're.
Wrapped very carefully in purple silk.
I'm watching him do this very carefully.
A very old leather-bound tome. The text on the cover is in gold, and it's written in Greek. And this is a fairly thick book.
I don't think that's one of yours, Clark.
No, but Clark, I think it's the missing book we're looking for. I'd like to look at it if you don't mind.
Yes.
Can I do like a bookbinding roll on this?
That looks too fancy for your bookstore, man.
Yes. And Kyle.
Yes.
What have you done with what you found in the nightstand?
I just put them in my pocket. So they're literally in my shirt pocket here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the other thing?
Oh, I didn't. I think I missed that. I don't think I looked at it. So let me peruse it.
All right.
Yeah.
What you found was a small journal.
Okay. Right.
All right. So before we get to the big book, the little journal.
Right.
So Kyle, while they've been exploring,
I kind of want to keep this one on the down low because I'm really interested for personal reasons what might be in here.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's say that you maneuvered yourself over by the bed.
Okay.
And maybe you're sitting on the bed and you're perusing it.
Right.
Okay.
Quiet, like.
So I'm gonna screen share something, and you can read it.
Okay.
It's basic. It's not like what you're reading. It's just telling you what you're reading.
Okay. Got it.
Takes you maybe 10 minutes to go through the little journal.
Okay. All right. So this is his dream journal. He never. I thought he would have told me if he had something like this. This is odd. But it's pretty fascinating. So it looks like he's recorded about an entry about 3 times a week for months and months and months here. And each time he had a vivid dream, he made an entry after having a vivid dream. So he begins referring to his dreamland, or the dreamlands, his other reality as the dreamlands. So he describes his experiences as both marvelous and bizarre and very real. The dream suddenly stopped about 3 months ago. His entries during this period expressed great frustration. No dreams again. This goes on for weeks. About 10 days ago, there's this entry. At last, my prayers have been heard. I found myself in the palace of blue crystal, upon the dais a throne, and on the throne a being that shimmered with strange light. He told me things, marvelous things. Gardner then describes nightly dreams wherein he sees the same entity, each time in a different setting, but always the same being. The entity promises to show him a path that will lead him to the dreamlands if he performs certain rituals and sacrifices. Gardner makes a statement, and this is it. Now the blessed tome makes more sense. The meaning becomes clear.
And you lose 1 sanity, and you gain 2% on your occult skills.
So, oh my God. Does this mean he...
Were you reading that out to us, or just?
Yeah, I read that out. I did read that out to you guys.
Okay. Tom, would my character know anything about the Dreamlands with a high occult skill, or have any idea?
No.
He does have dream interpretation skill as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. You have any Cthulhu mythos, then maybe. But yeah.
I did pass that bookbinding roll for the
All right.
tome.
So you open up the book, and you can tell a number of things about the book from the title page and so forth. And here is what you see, if you'll read this out.
The Book of Dreams. The book was originally written by a Greek Orthodox monk in the 9th century AD. This edition is a copy from 1658. The details are confusing, as one might expect from transcribed dreams. The monk claims to be able to cross over from our world to the Orokora, the dream country. The monk claims that while there, they read a dream book. Part of this text is an attempt to copy what was seen in that dream book. There is a bookmark. On this page, there seems to be instructions on how to enter the dreamlands. A diagram and text are similar to the piece of paper between the candles. There's also a diagram with spirals on various parts of the human body. Well, this is obviously the book that he found. This is the one that, I'm guessing this is the one I helped him find, but I didn't know anything about it. He didn't get it from me. This is very interesting.
So that's probably why he wanted those obsidian knives. Weird.
Ron, what are you up to?
Kill himself?
Oh, I just have the obsidian knife just to appraise it, take a look at it, see what type of value it might have.
No, this can't be true. This is sad. poor man killed himself thinking he's going to cross over in another realm.
Maybe
From
he
where-
did.
From what I practice, you don't get there killing yourself.
What is that supposed to mean? What does that mean?
What do you practice?
Christianity, man. Suicide equals hell.
Bizarre. It's bizarre.
So you helped him find this book, Leo?
Well, kind of. I got him in touch with an estate that I'm
Right.
guessing had the book, and that's where he got it from.
Who was the estate?
I have
You know?
no idea.
No,
I don't know.
Just like some information you got. Okay.
I actually hooked him up recently with those obsidian knives. Yeah, I have a friend of mine who does auctioneering, and he was interested in them, so I pointed him in that direction.
How valuable does that book look? Can one of us do an appraise? I'm pretty good with that sort of thing.
The big book?
I can do the same.
You're not taking this book.
I go ahead and do your appraise roll.
On us both, or just him?
Okay, 41. Yeah, that's a solid pass.
Both of you, if you want.
Yeah, I got a regular success, 50.
Okay. Well, considering that it's from 1658, and it's in very good condition, it could be priceless.
Yeah, this shouldn't
I
just
will interject and say this book is very dangerous. I don't think anyone should be touching or handling it.
Why is it
Obviously, a
dangerous?
point to the body.
Because apparently it drove a man to kill himself.
Well,
So the guy was mentally unstable.
I have to agree there. I think it's one of those things that you can't. The poor man, clearly had. I had no idea. Why wouldn't he talk? About something?
I honestly would have never thought he would have done that with the knives. Like, I thought he was just a collector.
No, it's just the poor man. Was he that unhappy? I mean, I guess I can understand that, but to be so unhappy that you're going to buy into a fantasy that you're going to go into another world?
I would say it's probably more of an obsession than being unhappy.
Well, I found these vials, laudanum and cocaine. So I don't know if he was mixing them or if he was using them separately to wake up or go to sleep at night. But
Yeah, he was definitely unhinged. Yeah, that book might have
he wasn't
pushed
unhinged.
him over, but
I don't think he was unhinged. I think he could have been sad. He could have had things that he was afraid of or things that bothered him and he didn't want to talk about. I mean,
What I honestly think is, even if he had those thoughts, that book is what put him over the edge to finally try this shit. If I knew he was going to do that shit with the knives, I would have never pointed him to my guy.
Language, sir.
Everybody
there
do
are
a
children in the vicinity. This is a
everybody do a
respectable boarding house.
He's over 15. He's good.
how much do you think he spent on this book? How much do you think this book cost him?
this
I know that it was not cheap. I do not know how much it costs exactly, though.
I mean, could he be depleting his fortune on a book like that? Is he spending that much? money?
Probably.
it could have easily been.
everyone do a listen roll.
Oh boy.
41 again.
Where's my listing? Nope. Failure.
No, fail.
I passed.
Yeah.
Fail.
I got a regular success.
Leo passed. Braun?
Fail.
No? Okay. Leo's the only one then. All right. As you guys are standing there talking, I mentioned in a post that Mrs. Paulson went to check on her insurance papers before the police arrived for this incident.
Yeah.
So she's not here right now?
No, she's not here right now. She's one flight up. So as you're standing there, Leo, you hear an odd noise. It sounds like crinkling plastic or something like that. And do a spot hidden for me, Leo.
Yeah, no, I failed that.
All right, you're sort of looking around to see where the noise is coming from. Nobody else is paying attention. They're thinking about money.
Obviously.
Go ahead and continue with what you were talking about.
I like Schmidt. I owe you. Thank you.
I'm gonna say, does anyone else hear that noise?
Should have.
What?
What?
Does hear anything?
Once he says that, everybody do spot hiddens.
Fail.
31. Spotted.
I have a hard success.
A hard success as well.
Nice.
I have
All
a
right.
hard success.
All right. Let's establish where everyone is standing.
I know what this is.
Oh,
As a
no.
player.
Leo, where are you standing in the room?
I'm assuming I'm probably standing in front of the bookcase still.
All right.
As I was looking at the book.
So between the window and the bookcase, up by Mr.
Yeah, sure.
Gardner's head.
Probably.
Gunter, where are you standing?
Great question. I'm not exactly sure. Malone, where were you?
Well, I'm probably by the bookshelf because when you were messing with it, I probably haven't moved
Yeah.
since
Then,
then. So I'm probably like near the, I guess you would say, the butt end of Gardner.
all right. I'm at the bookshelf close to the wall window.
Next to
Okay.
me then.
That's actually where Leo is standing, but you're next to him.
Then
Probably
next to
next
Leo.
to him.
Next one down.
So it's like
All
all
right.
three of us are in a row, basically.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, we'll say that Tony, you're standing behind Mr. Gardner on the ground, next to the bookshelf. Braun, where are you?
I'll be in between the two tables next to the wall with the cabinets where
Okay.
the jar of coins stuff.
And who's left? Kyle, where are you?
I will be, let me just look at that picture again. Wardrobe, between the wardrobe and the bookshelf. That's my spot.
All right, that's your spot. You're over there.
Yeah.
All right, and who passed that spot hidden at Gunter? And all right, so Kyle, Braun, and Gunter, you're looking into the center of the room where most of the people are standing, and you suddenly see James Gardner's hand move on the tarp.
Did you guys see that?
he's not dead. He's not cry out. He's not dead.
I'm gonna
Oh,
like
shit.
jump backwards the moment I see that.
All right.
Garner's alive.
Mr. Gardner puts his hand flat on the ground and starts to lift himself up.
Help the
Oh
man
my-
up. Somebody go get. Is there an
No.
napkin?
I'm gonna
As
say,
he does this-
no.
The door to the room slams shut. Mr. Gardner stands up, and as he does this, the skin on his head unpeels like an orange and leaves just this bloody, muscled skull.
Oh, God.
And it opens up its eyes, and it looks around for just a moment, and it opens its mouth, and it screeches. And the sound that comes out of its mouth is deafening. Sanity rolls for everybody.
Oh my God.
Shocking.
96.
Fail.
Critical
I failed.
success.
Fail.
Fail.
All right.
I can't.
Yeah.
If
It's a 0-1.
if you made it, you only take 1 point of damage. If you did not make it, 1d6.
96. Oh God. Here we go.
Uh,
Oh, it's a 5. Oh
I
no.
I
I
just
got a
missed
4.
mine by 1, too.
Okay.
6.
I got a 2.
I lost 4.
All right. So Braun got 5. Braun, roll 1d8.
1d8. It is a, no, that's cocked eye. A 1. Huh. I don't think I ever rolled a 1 before.
All right. That means that you faint.
Ah.
So you just drop where you are on the ground. After screaming, you You'll also, all of your ears are ringing. So
That's not good.
you don't know what. The thing then, who has the big book?
Leo.
Right. The thing then looks around the room and turns towards Leo and starts moving towards him, reaching out to grab the book. What do you do?
I'm going to try to get as far away from this thing as I can. Can I?
Give him the
Well,
book.
as I recall, you're kind of in between the window and the bookcase.
Isn't there a statue on the bookcase? Right?
There is a small
Green
statue.
Can I try to hit it with the statue?
Check him with it.
Sure, that's what
Fight
you
it?
want to do.
I don't
You
know
reach
what else
down.
I should do.
And you grab the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Do a power
great.
roll.
Oh no! Come on! Oh, sorry. There we go. Oh, a 9.
Okay.
That is, yeah. That's
You pick up the
At
statue
extreme.
and it feels icy cold in your hand. And it feels wet. But other than that, nothing happens. It kind of tingles that it's so cold and wet. But you're going to try and throw it or hit him with it, hit the thing with it.
that was my intention, was
Yeah.
to
Do a
bludgeon
brawl.
it with it. Okay.
Roll.
I barely passed that. 43 out of 45.
Right. You hit it. Go ahead and roll damage. What would damage be? 1d8, we'll say.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like a club.
All right.
With a damage bonus.
Do you have
5.
a damage bonus? He's a book seller.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't. But I got 5. I rolled 5.
All right.
Damage to your eyesight bonus.
You hit it across the shoulder and it reacts, but it looks right at you and it screeches again.
Terrible sound.
This time as it does it, its whole jaw seems to unhinge. I would like everyone
I'm going to start screaming.
Someone help me.
to do a power roll.
Power.
Including me, I'm unconscious on the floor.
Not you. You're unconscious.
Do I roll like
Oh,
a
my
D10 to
goodness.
see how many
Oh,
rounds I'm
nice.
out?
Yeah, roll a d10.
I got
I got a hard success.
0-4 extreme.
I
Two.
failed.
Wow. I got
failed.
hard.
All right, who failed?
I did.
Kyle failed.
All right, Kyle.
Gunter
And
failed.
Gunter.
I lost my sanity. I've lost 8 points of sanity so far, and I just failed my power test.
Oh.
You are convinced that this thing in front of you is actually just James Gardner,
Ah,
and he's been resurrected, and you need to protect him.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Who else failed? Gunter. You believe that everybody in the room has set this whole thing up to get even with you. You are completely paranoid of all these people. Anybody else
How long is-
failed?
I didn't. I got a
0-4
hard pass.
extreme.
Okay,
How long is Braun unconscious for? That's my question.
I
Two
rolled
rounds.
2.
so he'll wake up in a second.
Okay.
All right, the creature is going to swing at you, Leo.
Can I fight back?
You can fight back, or you can try to dodge.
Dodge.
I'm gonna fight back. Come on. Oof. I failed. I got a 57 out of 45.
All right. So it swipes at you in an attempt to knock the book out of your hands. And it succeeds. It only does 1 point of damage. Do a dex roll to see if you keep a hold of the book. Or if
A
it knocks
dex,
it
you
out.
said?
Yeah, dex.
Okay. Nope. Failed.
All right. So it hits the hand that you're holding the book, and the book flies across the room and lands at the far end of the bookcase on the floor, in front of standing there in front of Kyle.
Oh God.
I thought Tommy was standing next to me. Or
No, I'm just before that, so technically it's closer to Kyle. But I'm right in between the Kyle and the creature, most likely.
All right. Braun, what do you want to do?
Oh, I'm waking up.
Yeah, you're waking up this round.
I'm going to yell at Braun.
Get to
Braun,
my
help!
Shake my head.
And you see this going on.
Do I take another sand?
No, not yet.
What the hell? What's going on?
That was not a dream.
Do something.
Do something. It's a pile of muscle and bone.
Use the knife. Use the knife.
Oh yeah. All right. So I'll take the obsidian knife. And charge at it. Is it facing away from me or in front of me?
It's turning towards you because it's going after the book.
Okay, so I just go right into the center of it with the knife.
All right. Right.
Nice.
Roll brawl.
Okay, let's hope. Do I have a good one? Let's see. Am I? Oh, good. Yeah, 60's pretty good. Let's see if I can do any good. They're 36, a standard hit.
All right. Go ahead and do damage.
All right, damage. Oh, what is damage on the obsidian?
Knife, it's still just going to be 1d4 plus 2, plus your damage bonus if you have one.
So there's a 3 plus 2, that's 5, and my damage bonus is, oh wow, it's a 1d4. 3 more, so 5 plus 3, that's 8.
Nice.
I'm sorry, you said 8? All right. You jam the knife into its shoulder, but it doesn't seem to stop.
Oh no!
Fazed by it at all.
Oh no way! Oh, that's sanity there. It's like it's not a
Shock.
Tony.
We're shocked to learn this.
Tony, what do you do?
So I pull out that 38 that I have.
Oh, good.
I unloaded it. Unfortunately, I unloaded it. So I will try to load it with 1. Can I load it with 1 and still take a shot?
Yeah.
I think you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Yeah.
As long as you don't just go click, click, click.
No, of course.
Finally gets the bullet.
roulette with the monster.
No.
I think with do you do your firearm? I'll say that's okay.
Okay. I got a 60 firearm, so he's pretty decent. Yep, 32. That is not quite a... You know what? Can I spend 2 luck to make it a hard success? Doesn't matter.
You can, but I got a 5. So you fire the gun, and the creature simply moves out of the way of the bullet.
What?
Matrix. Neo.
Yeah, it
Neo.
matrixes you. Gunter, what do you want to do?
I demand that you cease these shenanigans, all of you, and take that Halloween costume off that thing. I will not stand for this.
I'm going to push him towards it.
Yeah.
You take
Schmidt, you go take off the mask.
Have you all? I stamp my foot in old man outrage.
If I can, I would happily push him towards it. Here, go ahead.
I would like Tony.
Okay.
Wait. Well, you got Tony and you've got Kyle in the vicinity of the book that it's going for.
Gotcha.
What would you like to do?
Kyle, Okay, good.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, because trust me, I've already gone and tried to take a shot.
Yeah,
Go
no,
for
well,
it, Kyle.
Kai, you pulled out a gun and shot at my great and good friend who's come back to life.
From the dead.
He's been resurrected. So I'm just going to scream, no! Don't touch him! Don't hurt him! He's come back! I'm going to tackle Tony.
We're going to die.
Right.
Try to grab the gun.
Do a brawl. Tony, you can fight back or you can dodge.
My goal is to pistol whip him if he does. Unfortunately, 69, so that's a failure.
And I failed 52 out of 40. So
all right, so you dive for him and he sidesteps. And you hit the floor. Tony's backed away. Braun, what are you doing?
Well, the monster's walking around with the dagger stuck in his shoulder.
Right.
So I'll just happen to have, don't know where I got this, a switchblade, and then I'm going to try gutting it.
Ooh, okay.
If I can. I think this might be a bad move, but we'll see. 65. Oh, great. We missed. That's 6.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I will do 5 luck to make that a hit if he didn't get better.
He got a 14.
Oh, jeez. Gosh.
And,
Kung Fu.
and he was going to attack you. So as you run forward to slash him, his hand comes out and grabs a hold of you and flings you back against the wall. Let's see. He's going to do 6 points of damage to you against the wall.
Oh, now I'm half.
All right. So you've hit the wall and slumped to the floor.
Oh, poor bastard.
I lost my hero, my protector.
Leo.
Okay, I had a question. Oh, you say your thing first. I just had a question.
Well, go ahead.
Did anything else happen when I touched that statue? Like, nothing else happened? Did it react?
You passed your power roll.
Yeah, I did.
So you let it go also once you hit him. So it's lying on the floor.
Can I pick it back up?
Sure. Do a power roll.
Okay. Come on. Ooh. I think that's... Yep. I got a regular success.
Okay. The same thing. For some reason, the damn thing feels really cold and wet. And it even feels like your arm, where you've touched it now, the whole arm on your body it feels like it's soaking wet. You can even feel the water dripping off of it, except that you don't see anything. It's very strange.
And the creature isn't reacting at all.
Nothing.
When I touch the statue.
No. And it's about to grab the book.
Oh, that's not good.
Dive.
Can I yell at it? Can I like what was it?
Chastise it.
Chastise.
I was gonna say, should I like say in the name of Yog Sothoth, I command you to stop or something like that, maybe? I'll try that. Is that
sure?
Yeah.
You can yell that.
You're gonna make the landlady really mad, fella.
I'll yell at it. I'll say that what I said before. But really commanding, authoritative, holding up the statue.
Go.
Do a power roll. Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Okay, I did it. Regular success.
All right. You say the name Yog Sothoth. When you say the name Yog Sothoth and you're holding up the statue, it's almost as if you are electrically shocked by the statue itself. You take 1 hit point of damage as you drop the statue on the ground. The creature has no effect whatsoever from you doing that. Gunter, you are starting to come to your senses, but do you want to do anything? You're kind of trapped in the room with this thing.
Am I aware of what happened? Because I've seen like the knife didn't work, but I'm assuming that when Clark hit him with a statue, it did have an effect though. Or did it? It seemed to.
Well, it did damage to it, but the
knife didn't.
Right. Well, the knife did too. The knife is still stuck in it. It just doesn't seem to be having any real effect on it. It's not slowing it down at all.
And it's going for the book?
It's going for it's reaching down and about to grasp the book. From your perspective a few moments ago, you thought all this stabbing and hitting was just part of the act they were putting on. But now you're starting to think, well, wait a second, this is not a fake. So
it's all real. I would like
don't let it touch the book.
Grab the book and throw it out the window.
Okay.
That's good. That's a good idea.
Crude but effective.
Crude, yeah, exactly.
Defenestration always works, even with objects.
Window is closed, but go ahead and do. You're gonna have to do a dex roll on that one because you've got to snatch it before the creature grabs it.
Yep. 57 out of 80, a regular success.
Okay, so you grab. Let me see what I actually. You grab a hold of the book, but so does the creature at the same time. So you raise up, and you're both holding onto the book. You see the creature sort of rear back like it's going to scream again. Tony and Kyle, you are recovering yourselves by the wardrobe where you tried to tackle him. You've realized this couldn't possibly be James, this monster.
Right.
Both of you do a spot hidden.
Lord. Fail.
07, so I may have gotten an extreme success.
Okay. 07, you realize that in a straight line, there is you, the monster, and the window.
Right.
That you tried tackling Tony, but you might be able to tackle the monster out the window.
Shove it right out the window.
You'd have to smash the window. I'd also like everybody at the same time to do listen rolls.
Listen roll.
That is a success.
Nope. Failure.
Failed.
Fail.
Okay. Those of you who succeed, Carl and Gunter, or Kyle and Gunter. So Kyle, you're thinking this in your head about the window, but at the same time, you can hear somebody running up the stairs outside the room. Sounds like a couple of heavy footsteps that are running rather quickly up the stairs. So what do you do? The door is closed.
It's just Kyle, right?
Yeah, Kyle hears it.
I heard it on hard, so I'll start saying...
You heard it. You heard it all.
Help, help, police, help.
Oh, great.
I'm going to try to do a head first into home base tackle. Charge the monster like I'm going at the catcher. Knock him off home plate and maybe knock him into the window or out the window preferably, and just go for it to get him backed off of whatever it is that he wants to do.
All right.
Do a Ty Cobb.
Correct. War, something like a war. A much nicer person than Ty Cobb. Let's see. 36. My brawl is a 40. That's a success. I'll take it.
You run headfirst into the creature. The creature is not paying attention to you because it's trying to get the book away from Gunter. You hit it hard enough to where it lets go of the book and it smashes against the wall, but it does not break the window. Okay. And at the same moment, so Gunter, you now have the book. At the same moment, there's a bang, 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 bang at the door. Police, let us in, let us in.
Now they show up.
I can't quite do anything because I'm probably stuck in the wall with my back broken.
Well, if I can get back up, well, I just moved out the way actually in the last thing. I kind of just run over to the door and see if it can open. Can it open, or is it stuck closed?
It opens.
And when it opens, I go with the door to the side, like as a shield. Like I'm
Okay.
Your gun in your hand.
Two policemen step in. They see what the fuck is going on.
Shoot it!
And they both freak out and pull out their guns.
Uh-oh. That didn't sound good for Kyle.
The creature, having been smashed against the wall and letting go of the book, opens up its mouth and screeches one more time.
No, not my face.
This is not going to go well.
Everyone do power rolls once again.
Here we go.
Nice.
Here we go again.
Great. Fail.
Hard
I
success.
failed.
Hard
I may have
success.
succeeded on this
Failed.
one.
I failed by 9. I would like to luck this.
Okay.
Do that?
Yeah.
I would not like to. I only missed by 9.
And who else failed?
Yeah, by 28 points.
By a lot. Yeah.
Is there, Tom, is there a difference between a hard success and a regular success here?
Not
So I can
really.
fight? Okay,
All right, well,
so I won't bother to fight
success.
that. No. Yeah, I just got a regular success.
Braun, you have the idea, you become obsessed with the idea that you could bargain with the creature.
Haggling.
It says, for a trade to be made that allows the creature to live in exchange for wealth, power, and obedience.
Good luck with that.
Let's see, who else? Leo?
Mhm.
You want to get that fucking book away from Gunter, get out of here, and find somebody who can buy it from you because it's probably priceless. And Kyle, you...
I succeeded. I succeeded on my roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
you succeeded.
Me and
Who else failed?
Kyle succeeded.
I
Yeah,
succeeded.
I succeeded.
Oh,
I
so
luck
did-
succeeded. With luck.
Gunter. Gunter, you suffer a psychosomatic loss of vision. You're effectively blind.
Is that with a success?
I'm sorry, you succeeded?
With luck, I succeeded.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. With
he
luck,
spent
you
luck.
You're fine.
Yep.
You're fine. So for a moment, you sort of reel back, but you don't lose your vision. The cops throw their hands over their ears and sort of back out the door. And as they do, then they pull down their guns and they just start firing.
Oh, no. Oh,
You
no.
see the creature, reacting. And everybody's, if the creature's scream was loud, so is the gunfire.
Yeah.
But after a couple of moments, the creature slumps to the floor, blood all over the wall, and it's just lays there. It stops moving. The police are like, "What the hell? What the hell is going on in here?"
Now, before I come out from behind the door, I make sure I put the gun behind my back and under my shirt.
Okay.
Then I go forward and I'm like, oh, thank God. Jesus Christ. It just attacked us. They're like, that's Gardner.
Can I leave the room?
No, because I'm charging you for that book.
Well, the police are standing right in the doorway, so
Yeah.
really can't. And of course, after a few moments, Leo, that sort of obsession passes, and
Okay,
And
good.
you all
The
start coming
monsters-
back to normal. You can all do sanity rolls.
I don't know.
Oh, dear.
Another sanity check.
Finally, I passed.
Success. 04.
If you pass,
God.
if you pass, you lose 1 point of damage. If you fail, you lose 1d4.
Oh,
And that brings us to the conclusion of the story. You find yourself in the situation, which I don't know how it would resolve. Maybe you take the rare book or whatever. But all right, so here's some explanation. James Gardner was into dream traveling. And for years, he's been obsessed with traveling in the dreamlands, like his journal says. And then he lost the ability. So he's been trying every which way that he can. And eventually, he was contacted by an entity. The entity itself was trapped in the dreamlands. The entity had been at some point some sort of a sorcerer or wizard that had gotten trapped there. So he tricked James Gardner by teaching him what he really taught him was how to prepare his body so that the entity could take it over. And James Gardner ended up murdering himself, killing himself, thinking that he was going to get to live forever in the dreamlands. But in fact, he just prepared his body in a ritual so that this creature could obsess it. And it took a while for it to take effect. But once it did, the creature showed up. The creature wanted the book because it was the creature's book. And he wanted to use it to continue his nefarious research into the dreamlands.
So was he the monk who wrote the book? Was he the guy who, or was
Maybe.
that just a translation? No.
Yeah, something like that.
That's cool. I like this. This was like an episode of the Twilight Zone. I just see the, I see the ending of it, like the camera pulling away from that bird's eye view from the top of the building, and then just Rod Serling saying, "Mr. James Gardner, a traveler in dreams."
Exactly. Little did he know that he would be walking into the Twilight Zone.
That statue.
Oh, the statue.
What was
The
that
statue was a statue of Cthulhu,
Oh.
which James had managed to get a hold of at some point. And you kept rolling power rolls. Had you failed your power roll, I would have said, suddenly the room disappears.
Uh-oh.
And you find yourself in a very pale green light that seems to be filtering down, and you also realize that you cannot breathe because you are at the bottom of the ocean, and in front of you is a strange, twisting, cyclopean mass of buildings that don't make any sense. If you'd have let go of the statue, you'd have been back in the room. But you kept passing, so you only had kind of a minor thing. I think that's kind of in there just as sort of a fun Lovecraftian element.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And let me go ahead and finish up, and then we can talk afterwards. Our players included Aaron Dinamore, Aaron Vanek, David Kennedy, Jesse Aponte, and Stuart Lively, with myself as the keeper of the secrets. We're currently producing up to 5 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at ITD Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.